Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. So today we're going to be getting into lessons that Ganesha has for us. If you guys are familiar with Lord Ganesha, he is the remover of obstacles, he's the clearer of the roads, and the bringer of joy. So let's get into what lessons that he has for us today. What I'm going to have you do is pick a pile number or a totem. Pile number 1, the Cowrie shell. Pile number 2, the amethyst ball. Pile number 3, the geode crystal. Which one reaches out to you? Which one makes you feel something? Makes your heart beat a little faster maybe? Pick that one. And while you guys are doing that, I do want to let you guys know that this video is sponsored by my Etsy shop. Here you guys can see all of our newest products, our evil eye bracelets, evil eye protection for love, necklaces, the star card necklace, Shri Yantra, and you guys can pick this up on my Etsy shop. And I decided to sponsor my own video, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get back to the video. All right, now that you guys have your pile picked, I'm really excited to get into what Ganesha has in lessons for us. Let's get into it. For everybody that picked pile number 1 or the Cowrie shell, so I have not looked at the cards yet. Let's kind of see what lessons that Ganesha has for us today. I'm very excited. I feel like the energy in this reading is really nice. It's very gentle, loving, playful, fun. Like, I get those energies. Now, the first card that we're getting, oh, as I said it, look at the card that came up. Childlike expression. Fun, lighthearted, playful, and just indulging in something that you really love. I feel like the lessons that Ganesh wants to teach you right now, and you might even look around at your circumstances of your life and realize that he's showing you how to have a little bit more fun, how to be a little less serious, and how to just like really embrace your life and not just be all about work, or just be all about, serious things and serious matters in life. Right now, you're being called to enjoy yourself and bring your inner child out. It's time to nurture that inner child, because when we do nurture that energy within ourselves, lots of roads open, lots of new things happen, and lots of challenges just kind of find their own way to resolve. Now, the next card that comes up is openness. Interesting. So you are being asked to open yourself up, open your mind up, be a little bit more open-minded, and like try new things here. You're being called to try new things. Another lesson from him is to not restrict yourself too much on the things that you eat. It's another lesson that he might be trying to teach you. Don't be so serious when it comes to your diet. And let's hop into a few more cards here. Beginnings. Okay, so I feel like there's something that you want to manifest. There's something you want to bring into your life. Okay, but the challenge here, the block here, is that you're way too serious about it. And it's making a lot of you very, very angry. I see a lot of anger here, and that's why the lessons here that you're being taught is to be a little bit more gentle and a little bit more carefree. Now, one thing I do want to tell you is if there's a lot of anger within you or anger within your house, in your relationships or whatever, keep a cowrie shell inside of your house or a seashell, but the mouth facing outward. So always keep the the mouth facing like upward and outward so it can suck and absorb the anger. And I've been using this for years. It really, really does help. And so I might have a few on my shop. I still have to put those up. They're charging on my altar. But you can keep like the little teeny ones or like these big ones or any kind of seashell that you have that has an opening. Make sure you do it face up in your house. So I feel really out of breath. I feel like a lot of you guys are in that energy where you just hustle so hard, you get out of breath, and then you get tired and you don't have energy for playtime. You don't have energy to nourish yourself, and like you don't have the energy to make yourself feel radiated. That's what I want to say. Um, if you don't take time out for yourself and to indulge in something fun for yourself, you're going to be forced to do it. I see that in your reading. And whatever this is that you're trying to manifest, oh, you see this seashell right there too? That's so interesting. I just saw that. But what was I saying? Whatever you're trying to manifest, the easiest way to get there and the way to remove this block that you may be having is you got to make time for some playtime. And that's a road opener for you. It's going to change a lot of things. It's going to change your situation and your circumstances in the ways like that you're stuck right now. It's going to open them up. Open, 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 right? Concentration. So also with the number 9, the number 9 is this number of endings and releasing and letting go. And so I see here, there's something that takes up your focus and attention that needs to end. You have to stop giving this thing, this person, this situation, so much of your attention, your time, because it's taking away from your inner child. It's taking away from you, and it's taking away from what you're trying to manifest. So pull your energy back. I want you to wear more green colors. Do you see his, what do you call it? In our culture, I would call that a horny. And I know what it sounds like, but that's what we call it. It's like a shawl or like a scarf, but a fancy one. And over here, he's also wearing like a shawl or a scarf, and it's green. So you're being called to wear a little bit more green, especially around your shoulders and your heart area, to open your heart chakra up so you can be a little bit more playful. The lessons you're learning in life, this is where it's taking you. To be a little bit less serious, like we talked about. The last card that comes up is the throat chakra. And in this card, it says, I speak my truth and encourage others to speak theirs. So a lot of the time, when we do bring our inner child out, our children are very honest. And they don't realize that they're like, gonna hurt your feelings with what they say. They just say what they feel and what they see. And so you're being called to bring that childlike honesty back into your life, and don't be so afraid to be open and truthful about how you feel, what you value, what you like, what you don't like, what you want to change, all of that stuff. Be honest with yourself and be honest with others. And this is a lesson that I feel like life is teaching you, that Lord Ganesha might be teaching you. And everything that he does in a loving way. He does in ways that is only there to remove your obstacle. And so these are the lessons that you're probably learning right now. I also feel like a lot of you have become, I feel like you used to be night owls. Like you used to love being up at night. You could stay up later at night, but now you cannot. And in the daytime, it's hard for you to stay up and like not tired either, because your focus and attention is being drained by something. And whatever this is, you got to speak it up. You got to speak about it and tell it to somebody, so that you can move forward. That's one of the blocks too, is you don't speak up about when you need something, you need help, or you need somebody to just listen or something. So that's another message that I'm getting. If I do go silent a little bit, I am just kind of looking and meditating on the cards. A lot of you that work with darker spirit guides, that use a whip, I feel like it's time to put the whip down a little bit, because I do feel like when you work with it, and this is just for a certain few of you, you work with it, it brings a lot of aggression and anger in you. And sometimes it is good to work with that kind of energy, but sometimes it's good to put it away respectfully and take it out when you need to. You don't have to take it out all the time. Now that's just for some of you. For some of you, I also see some kind of like a white offering. If you can offer Lord Ganesha white flowers or like a white cloth, or maybe redo your altar white, even for your own deities, your own ancestors, add a little bit of white in there. It's pure, it's sacred, it's cleansing, and it's protective as well. And you can, it can be used for any kind of work. Like you could do a money spell on a white cloth. You can do a love spell on a white cloth. Um, the last thing that I wanted to talk about here is friendship. There's a lesson here in friendship where it's talking about you need to give your focus and your concentration a little bit more to your friendships and those genuine relationships in your life. You got to be a little bit more open to these in order to create a new beginning in these relationships that might be dwindling or suffering or becoming distant. Speak up more. You know, you don't have to do it aggressively. Do it in a childlike manner. Or you know what? I just got this really beautiful idea. Do something that is very childlike with this person. Like, I'm not talking about like playing pranks or nothing like that. I'm talking about a puzzle. Get a puzzle. You both make a cup of tea and just sit and do the puzzle and talk and chat and have a good time. Or maybe like an activity like the geode breaking sets on Amazon. Grab one of those, have like a little date night if this is your partner, if this is whoever this is, and break some geodes and, you know, just do something fun. Play a drinking game with somebody, as long as it's just something fun, but be safe and stuff, you know. But it just seems like there needs to be a very childlike bonding that has to happen in a certain relationship in your life. And these are the lessons that are coming to you. And I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to book a reading with me, I do have some available on my Etsy shop. And I will see you there. Bye. For everybody that picked pile number 2 or this amethyst crystal, let's go ahead and get into your reading. Lessons from Ganesha that you should hear. Now, I have not seen the cards yet. I'm very excited to get into it, and let's just hop right in. The first card that comes up is Insight. This is our third eye chakra. It's talking about intuition. And as we're talking about that, do you guys hear that? I don't know if you can hear it, but a bunch of dogs just started barking. That's really interesting. I feel like there's something that wants to come to you. Like there's a message that you need to hear. There's a message that wants to come to you, but for some reason you are either blocking it or denying it or not accepting it, or you choose not to see it, or there might be a block where you just can't see it. Now, the message has something to do with acceptance. If I pause for a while, I'm just kind of looking at the cards really quickly. Okay. I see there's a message for a lot of you that there's this need to control your masculine energy. And that means, you know, how protective you are, what kind of ways you provide, what kind of ways that you are strong and show your courage, in what kind of ways do you react, and how you show your strength and what strength is to you. I feel like the lessons that you're trying to really grasp and the lessons that are being taught to you right now have a lot to do with accepting your masculine energy, whether you have to accept that you need to tame it down a little bit, or whether you have to accept that you have to bring it out a little bit more. You know, everybody, whether you're man, woman, whatever you identify as, we all have a masculine energy within us, and then we have a feminine energy within us. You know, like the sun and the moon, like water and fire. And so imagine it like water and fire. Are you way too fiery sometimes, or you could just burn something down? Or you like just water and you just flow and let people kind of just do whatever and you just go with the flow? So which one are you more like, water or fire? And look at the colors. Water, fire. right? So what is it for you? The lessons that, because this is a generic reading, the lessons for you, what is it for you that you need to do right now? And you know what it is. Only you know what it is. Do you need to bring out a little bit more fiery energy within yourself? Maybe you need to add a little bit more fire to your passion for cooking. Maybe you have this business idea, but you need to add a little bit more fire and passion to it. Or maybe you are too fiery and too passionate. Maybe you are too overreactive and defensive. Maybe you are too easily irritated, easily triggered. Do you need to practice more your water energy, get into flow a little bit more and not react instantly and take a step back? Like, you know which one is it for you? And amethyst, you picked amethyst for a reason. Amethyst is something that a lot of people use when they are dealing with addictions and going through like sobriety. It's a good stone to help with that. And then also for people who deal with anger, people who deal with intrusive, overactive, negative thoughts, overstimulated brain, like where your brain just keeps going and going. And it's something to just really calm down your thoughts and calm your mind. Also really good for stress, anxiety, depression. It's such a good stone for that. So I do feel like a lot of you might be dealing with emotions like that because either your water or your fire energy is off or imbalanced. So where could you bring more of what in? And if you guys want to book a private reading with me, head over to my Etsy shop or just shoot me an email. Down below is my only email, and then we can go from there. So we can get further into, like, is it your fire or is it your water? Which one do you need to bring more out of? Where's the imbalance? Another thing is that I feel like when a lot of you guys get super angry, you overindulge in something, whether this is alcohol, it could be, anything else, food, binging something. Like, it's just you overindulge in something, sleeping, partying, whatever it is. You just overdo it when you get stressed out or mad or upset. And for a lot of you, when you do allow yourself to get into a peaceful state of mind and just flow and relax, maybe take a bath or whatever helps you relax, you think a lot more clearly. And I think these are the lessons that you are being taught right now by the Lord Ganesha. He's teaching you, when you're quiet, when you're shanti, which means at peace, quiet, you are more able to be clear in your mind. Whereas when you're angry, you can indulge and you can become unhealthy. So I think that's a important lesson that a lot of you guys are being taught right now and going through and overcoming. A lot of you, I see that you're overcoming. You didn't pick the amethyst for no reason. That means overcoming a challenge. And most likely it's like a mental challenge that turned into a habit. Generosity. Okay. What I see here is that a lot of you started to pull back from the relationships in your life. I also see you stopped being so giving because I think people took advantage of you. So you started taking things for yourself instead of giving away. Or like if there was like two of something, you're just like, why am I going to give it away? Just like nobody appreciates it. I'm just going to keep it for myself type of an energy that I feel. But the lessons here that are being taught and the lessons you're going through are teaching you to open yourself up again. I want you guys to go watch pile number 1. I feel like there's a lot of messages in there for you, especially with those of you that are dealing with anger. And being generous here, I feel like you want to. There's lots of things you want to do. You want to give back in your own ways, ways that might not be the ways in which other people give back, but you have your own way. And I feel like I want to say, I want you to do it. And whoever told you don't do it, or whoever thought it was a silly idea or laughed at it, like, who cares? People laughed at when I started doing YouTube. So, like, if I had just listened to that and started overindulging myself in unhealthy lifestyles, then I wouldn't be here today, right? If I didn't follow what my third eye always told me, if I didn't follow what my vision always showed me, then I wouldn't be here today. And it was not easy, still ain't easy, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to follow what your vision shows you. So, what is your vision? That's a really good journal idea. I want you to sit down and write down, what is your vision for yourself? What do you see? Like, forget everybody else. This is about you and your mind. Your amethyst is for third eye chakra. It's also for the crown chakra. What is your connection with the higher source, with God? And how can you connect to that? You know, you have to see what that is, and it's only between you and God. I wouldn't really be able to tell that. You know, other people cannot dictate that for you. And then you have to accept that. Now, the next card that comes up for you is understanding. I think this card is so cute. It's so pretty. And this is Ganesha's eye. So the eye and the third eye, look at that. A lot of you, I feel like also there's lessons about certain things you have to change. Okay, so there's two things. Some of you are trying to get pregnant, and some of you guys are trying to either manifest a house or manifest something big, or like what is it called? Like a new business or something. But what's needed here is for you to stop overindulging in unhealthy things so that you can move towards that, because the vision you see for yourself, it's gonna happen, but that's the only block there. And we have to understand that. Sorry. I I have allergies, and I start to burp and cough and everything all at once. But also for the fact that I'm doing that in this reading, I feel like I might be picking up on a lot of your guys' throat chakra energy. That's why I said to go watch pile number 1, because there is messages in there for the throat chakra. Another thing that I see here is if you have dealt with some kind of a loss, I do feel like maybe you started like overindulging in something, or gotten yourself stuck into a negative lifestyle or unhealthy pattern of something because of a loss of something or a loss of someone. And so what we need to do is get back to your vision of yourself. How do you see yourself? What do you see yourself as? What do you want to become? And what do you see yourself becoming? All these questions. And that would be a really good thing for you to journal about or think about or reflect on. Another thing is, I feel like you might have become a little bit cold and distant to certain people in your life. Again, go watch pile number 1. It really goes into detail about that. And you're being called and asked to be a little bit more generous and giving to the people in your life, and also to accept the people in your life for who they are and how they are. I feel like for some of you, there was somebody that might have came out with something or revealed something to you recently, and maybe you were not very accepting of it, or maybe it made you angry or whatever. But I do feel like there is some sort of understanding that needs to happen here. And also, if you can be generous this year around Christmas and or anytime, if you can be generous, if you can give something away, I feel like the message here is give back a little bit to somebody in need or something, like even if it's just $1 or something that you can give away. I do feel like you've started to keep everything to yourself for yourself, and it is because of, you know, the things you've experienced, but it is time to circulate this energy and take it back into the universe and put it back into the world so you can circulate it back to yourself. I know that's greedy and selfish, but you know, I feel like you have so much. You have more than plenty. You have more than enough. And sometimes you sit back and you're like, what am I even gonna do with all of this? What am I doing with this? And you want to find a way to give back, and you see a vision for how to give back, like we said. And I feel like you're very passionate about it, and I want you to do it. Please go watch pile number 1. I swear that's like, this is like part 2 of that reading. And the last card that comes up for you guys is I fully experience every moment of my life by living in the present. Okay. So do you see the fire energy here? Look at all this fire. And then look at this. This is I. So much synchronicity here. Whatever your vision is for yourself, the lessons that you are being taught right now, the lessons you're learning and you're going through, what its mission is, what its duty is to create more fire within yourself for something you love, to push you into a life where you're not afraid to give back, to where you're not afraid to love, you're not afraid to trust, you're not afraid to be vulnerable. So this is where you're kind of headed, and this is the things that you're learning. And I'm very proud of you. I'm very, like, I see a lot of you guys really do try. I want a lot of you guys also to adorn yourself, dress yourself up, okay? If you like makeup, wear makeup, play with makeup. If you like jewelry, play with jewelry. If you like colorful clothes, I want you to play with blues and greens and yellows. And don't overindulge in unhealthy things. Instead, I want you to get yourself some bananas or fruits that you love. Like, get yourself some snacks and foods that you love. And I hope you guys enjoy. If you want to book a reading with me, head over to my email down below. That's my only email. And you can also book a reading with me on my Etsy shop. And I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye. Okay, so everybody that picked pile number 3 or the geode crystal half, let's get into your reading. I think this reading has the most cards of each one of the readings. I have not seen them yet. Let's see what comes up. Let's just start right up into it. Actually, I turned this off because I took a break between reading number 2 and reading number 3. So let's turn that back on. Ooh, it sparked. That's a good sign. Okay, so we have reflection. So for a lot of you, I feel like there's lessons here that you need to be reminded of. And there's 3 of them that I see. 4. Yeah, exactly 4. One is love. Okay, one is reflecting on the people that are in your life that show you love, and the people in your life that don't show you love, but you are chasing after them. That's the first thing that there needs to be a little bit of reflection on, and that's kind of the lessons that are being learned right now. Second thing is masculine energy. Are you too much in your masculine energy, or do you need to bring out a little bit more of your masculine energy? Now remember, whatever we identify as human beings, we always have a feminine energy within us and a masculine energy within us as well. Which one do you need to bring out more? Which one do you need to tame a little bit? Now, I would recommend you guys go watch pile number 2 because it does talk a lot about that. And if you're resonating with that, for a lot of you guys, there is a resonation. Is that a word? Where, you know, there is reflection needing to be had where you need to put which energy. Where your masculine is maybe too overreactive, or maybe where your masculine energy needs to come out a little bit more. The next thing is being fruitful and being fruitful and inviting abundance into your life. How much sweetness do you invite into your life? And what in your life is sweet to you? What makes you feel like life is just rich and sweet? Not money-wise. I'm talking about emotion-wise. I feel like money-wise you're doing good, but when it comes to like emotional fulfillment here, there's some sweetness missing. So how can you get that back? And I feel like those are the lessons that are coming to you in this point of your life right now. And this actually came up in pile number 2 as well, so please go watch it, because I think there's messages that will be really important for you to hear. But you got to invite a little bit more playful energy, sweet energy, and you, whenever something fun or good happens to you, you just like dabble your toe in it. You just put like one foot in, and that's it. And then you're just like weary, like, I'm just gonna, you're half serious, but then you're half play. And I feel like the message here and the lesson that you need to be learning is, when you're serious, go full and serious. And when you're having fun, go all in, have fun. Don't be half in each of those areas of your life, because then you're not really fulfilling your energy of wanting to have fun. Or then you're not really fulfilling your energy of being disciplined and being serious and getting your stuff done. You can't be half in those areas. I feel like, yes, people can, of course, but I feel like you, pile number 3, it's half of the geode. There's one half that you go more towards sometimes, and you lose yourself in it. Whether it's you're too workaholic or you're too playful, but you don't allow yourself to be fully in it. You just kind of one foot in, that's it, and one foot on the opposite side. And so that's something that you're being taught right now, is to reflect on where that is in your life that you're doing that. Another thing is, I want to say, you taking leadership, taking control. An area of your life where you might want to think about where you can take a little bit more control over. An area of your life that you can take more control. And so in Indian, I know how to say it in Indian, I just don't know how to say it in English. So in Indian, I know I have a lot of viewers from India, so I'll say it in Indian. Apni zindagi sajao. Okay, after saying it out loud, I can translate it. Decorate your life. So that's another huge message. Decorate your life. How can you decorate your life? It doesn't have to be materialistic, actual literal decoration, although it could be. But also, how can you decorate your life? For me, like, let me give you an example. And you know what? I want to give you a little assignment right now. This is what I do to my Patreon members sometimes. I want you to go down in the description below and tell me 3 ways you can decorate your life. I'll give you 3 ways for me. One way I can decorate my life a little bit more is taking time out to have tea in silence with me and my partner. Or maybe just watching something. Just tea time. Me and him, our animals. It's something that will benefit both of us. It's silence, it's peace, and it's me time. So that's one of my examples. Give me some of your examples, because I would love to hear it. And we can all like feed off each other's examples and maybe even try something new, right? The next card that comes up here is fulfillment. Look, what is it that makes you feel fulfilled? Like for me, the tea time thing that I just told you about would make me feel so fulfilled, because I could just sit there, be in my thoughts, or maybe just watch something, just relax with my partner, quality time, away from technology, away from the phone, away from the computer, away from work, and just relaxing with something, tea or kava, and I have 2 types of kava, by the way, the real kava, and we just rescued a cat, and we named him Kava. And another thing is, what is bringing you fulfillment when it comes to what you know? I feel like this is about wisdom and knowledge. Are you fulfilled with the wisdom and knowledge that you have accumulated all over these years, and up till now, up till where you are today? Are you fulfilled with all of that? Or do you want to learn something new? That's another reflection that I feel like a lot of you guys are really looking at. Like maybe career wise, you want to switch careers, and then, but it's something that you're going to have to study. But there's something like you're really thinking about changing something, and it has to do with books or studying or articles or writing or painting, something like that. And a lot of you guys are not finding fulfillment in your current job because you're not being able to be as creative as you want to be. And so you're reflecting on how can you become more creative? Because you want to feel something more than you're feeling in your current state, in your job or your career or your hobbies or something. You could be in love with your job, and then but on the side you're like, well, I don't have any hobbies. And then so you might want to pick up something where you can be creative. And I want to say you can be creative again, because I feel like a lot of you guys lost your ability to be creative, and something is nudging you, and the lessons that you're being taught right now is pushing you towards being more creative, whether it be in art, gardening, sculpting, dancing, however you can be creative. Drive. You lost your drive. And now you're kind of thinking about and reflecting on, and this is the situation that you're going through right now. It's making you think about where your passions are, where you're being driven to, like where are you going, where are you heading, and is it fulfilling? Like, are you fulfilled? And a lot of you, I feel like what I can see, I can read your thoughts right now, like I'm not fulfilled and I don't have a drive because I don't know where I want to go. And that's the lessons that are coming to you right now, and that's a lot of what life is teaching you right now, is where you want to go. And that's okay. That's completely okay that you don't know where you want to go. It's you taking the time out to reflect and figure it out, and which is what a lot of you guys are doing. So don't beat yourself up. Don't be hard on yourself. You're exactly where you need to be. You're half cracked open, and you're figuring the rest out. We have here, clear your energy. So this is a good one. Okay, there's a lot that comes up with this card. I want you guys to, if you have a dagger or a knife, sleep with it under your pillow or your mattress. Just be careful of pets and animals, because I feel like a lot of you guys might be dealing with nightmares or insomnia. So keep that under your pillow. Another thing is, use sage or palo santo or incense in your house and around you and around your altar to cleanse and protect and just purify your space. You can also use, mop your house, clean your house, like just clean and clear certain things out. Clean your purse, clear out your wallet, clean your house, your car, stuff like that. Just clean energy out, because that might have been a block. You see how he's moving, and he's like kind of cutting things out so that he can move, and he's moving straight into something that is going to fulfill him. Sorry, I have like bubbles coming out of my throat. Sorry if that's TMI, but I do feel like I am picking up on a lot of you guys' throat chakra energy right now, and a lot of it is clearing the energy of some certain things that you want to speak and say out loud. And maybe those are the things that are hindering and stopping your flow of like being driven and finding the passion. Maybe, there's something you want to do, but you don't want to tell everybody. You don't have to tell everybody. You see this geode right here? Look at the opposite side right here. It looks like a rock. Like if it was like sitting somewhere, you'd just be like, oh, it's a rock, right? And then you crack it open and look at this. It's gorgeous. Look at the shine. Look at the crystals. Look at the formulation. It's natural beauty. And this is you. I feel like you don't realize what you truly are within yourself. So you need to clear your energy field so that you can see that. The next card that comes up is joy. I want you okay, so I also see that there's somebody in your life, there's a person in your life that is willing to take all the burden off of you. Like, this person really wants to take burden off of you. They're very genuine, they're very loyal, they're very helpful. Like, they will help you through anything. They see what's inside of this, which is you. The beauty that you hide, they see it. And they're willing to really take burdens on for you. They're really willing to do anything for you. Keep that relationship in your mind. Loyalty. You have a very loyal relationship in your life. And that's something also I think that you're learning. Reach out. Look at that. I reach out my hand and my heart to connect and unite to all of humanity. In this case, you need to reach out to this person because they are willing to give you everything. And the last card that comes up is your sacral chakra. Your passion, your drive, your ambition, your like excitement to move forward. I feel comfortable in my own body and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. Do not allow yourself to be so cold to those very people that are willing to do anything for you. And these are lessons I think that you are learning. And it's okay for you to give yourself time and to where you're headed and everything you're learning. Take your time, just like the geode. The crystals in here, they form throughout time in their own way, the way that they need to, just like you. So give yourself some time, give yourself some space, clear your energy and find what drives you. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye.